Most of us dream of a vacation on a beach or maybe a luxury resort. But billionaires? They take it to an entirely different level, floating cities on water, worth more than the GDP of small nations. These aren't just boats, they're palaces at sea. And inside, life is nothing like you've ever imagined. Step aboard, and the ordinary world disappears. Helicopter pads on the roof, submarines hidden below deck, chefs flown in from Michelin-starred kitchens, and private cinemas under the stars. This is the playground of the ultra-rich, and today, we're diving deep into what really happens on a billionaire's yacht. First, let's get one thing clear. A yacht isn't just a boat. For billionaires, it's a floating fortress. A place where no paparazzi can follow, no microphones can record, and no rules apply except their own. When you own a $200 million yacht, you don't just buy comfort, you buy privacy. And that privacy is priceless. It's why billionaires host silent deals at sea. Contracts worth billions are signed not in boardrooms, but on sundecks. Political favors, oil negotiations, even mergers that shape entire industries, some of them start right here, over a glass of vintage champagne, while the rest of the world has no clue. But it's not all business. Once the sun sets, yachts often transform into something else entirely. Floating nightclubs. World-famous DJs flown in from Ibiza, lights reflecting off the waves, champagne flowing like water. The guest lists? Hand-picked. Actors, royalty, influencers, sometimes even entire sports teams. And yet, these parties never appear on Instagram. Phones are often banned. Security guards ensure not a single picture leaks. What happens at sea stays at sea. To outsiders, it sounds glamorous, but psychologists say there's something deeper here. For the ultra-rich, it's about creating a bubble where they can break free of public judgment. On land, they're billionaires. On a yacht, they're whoever they want to be. Another truth few talk about: yachts are escapes. For most of us, vacations are a way to relax. But for billionaires, yachts are about control. On land, they are constantly watched by the media, by competitors, even by governments. At sea, they're unreachable. Some billionaires vanish for weeks, sailing remote waters with only a small circle of friends and staff. No interruptions, no schedules. Just an ocean around them acting as a moat, keeping the world at bay. It's more than luxury, it's psychology. The yacht becomes a sanctuary, a private kingdom where time bends and rules vanish. Now, here's something most documentaries don't tell you. Yachts aren't just party spots, they're power islands. Imagine this. Two billionaires anchor their yachts side by side off the coast of Monaco. Their staff set up a discreet meeting on deck. No public records, no boardroom minutes, just two people shaping a deal worth billions in the middle of the Mediterranean. To the outside world, it looks like two friends enjoying the sunset, but in reality, it's a chess game of influence. And because the yacht is technically in international waters, the deal avoids certain laws, taxes, and oversight. This is why some experts call yachts floating embassies. They're neutral ground, immune to much of the red tape of the real world. But here's a twist you might not expect. For all the extravagance, life on these yachts isn't always paradise. Psychologists note that extreme wealth often brings loneliness and mistrust. Many billionaires invite only the people they trust most onto their yachts. Sometimes family, sometimes just a single friend. Because in their world, betrayal is always a risk. And even with all the luxury, there's a shadow. Some describe the parties as wild, but also hollow. When you can buy anything, excitement fades quickly. A private concert at sea is thrilling once, maybe twice, but by the third or fourth time, it becomes routine. That's the paradox of the ultra-wealthy yacht life. The more extraordinary it is, the harder it becomes to feel anything at all. Behind every billionaire's smile on deck is an invisible army making it possible. Chefs flown in from Michelin-starred restaurants, staff trained in military-style discretion, even onboard doctors ready for emergencies. Some yachts employ more than 60 people to serve just 12 guests. Every drink, every flower arrangement, every towel folded just so. It's all meticulously managed, yet never acknowledged. For the billionaires, this invisible service is part of the theater. They live in a world where the stage must always be perfect, but the crew must remain unseen. So what do billionaires really do on their yachts? They close billion-dollar deals without headlines. They host secret parties no camera will ever capture. They escape from a world that constantly watches them. They chase privacy, freedom, and sometimes even meaning. But the bigger question is why? Because in the psychology of extreme wealth, yachts are not just symbols of luxury. They are tools of power and identity. A billionaire's yacht is more than a floating palace. It's a stage where they can play roles no one else gets to see. Deal maker, party host, ruler of their own private world. From the outside, these yachts shine like jewels on the ocean, but behind the tinted glass, they hold secrets, deals, dreams, and sometimes doubts. Most of us will never step foot on a billionaire's yacht, and maybe that's why the mystery fascinates us so deeply. Because these floating palaces are not just about wealth. They're about what people do when the world can't see them. And the truth is, sometimes the most extraordinary stories aren't about what's built into the yacht, but about what happens once the world is left behind and the ocean becomes the only witness.